Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And shooting from the hip often shoots yourself in the foot. Now, why am I bringing this up? If you look at the screen, the graphic you see there, I know it's small. Uh, you know, it's the problem with having my side screen and the vertical orientation. TSR Con, and it's got a purple-haired unicorn with a rainbow. It says role-playing, wargaming, board gaming, July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 2022. And Justin Lanasa put it up in WGP's old school gaming group. How does everyone like the new 4x12 banners for the con? And some of the comments weren't the most embracing. All right. I mean, man, you're awful at PR. Justin, you don't like unicorns. And that's a fine answer from Justin. Now, Stephen Marsh. Now, if you don't know who Steve Marsh is, shame on you. He was a good friend of Gary's. He worked at TSR. He can claim TSR as his legacy. Looks like they decided to chase the My Little Pony crowd. Let's see how it works out. Steve is obviously making a snarky joke. In my position as a blogger, as a YouTuber, as somebody who has been at times confrontational in this community, when people throw snark at me, Rach has instituted what we jokingly call or refer to occasionally as like a 15-minute rule. I have 15 minutes to dwell on what I just saw. I can't sit down and just start typing out a response or hop on YouTube or hop on my podcast and say, hey, you dumb piece of shite. Can't do it. I got to wait 15 minutes. I got to get the emotions have to process. Then I'm allowed to come up with something. And then I got to read it to Rach. And now why is that? Because when you run off emotions, you do stuff that is stupid. I just thought that's stupid. Guess what? I'll piss some people off in the community. I'll be perceived as an ass. It's not going to hurt my money because the money I make from the community goes right back to the community, right? That's not the case with Justin and the new TSR. They are trying to profit in this hobby, profit off the community, and by doing so, when that is your intention, you have to watch sometimes what you say. You can't work off of impulse. So the response to Steve's comment from Justin was Stephen R. Marsh, or maybe this is for the kids area of the con, dipshits. And Steve read, or both. So here's the thing. I know there was a huge when Deinhardt and Wonderfield left TSR, there was this huge thing of Deinhardt was the one that was taking care of all the social media for everybody, and all that assholery was Deinhardt. All that assholery was not just Deinhardt. All right. Justin is not a stupid person. He owns multiple businesses. He's been profitable. So he's not stupid, but he is emotional. And he puts himself out there to allow himself to get hooked. Have I hooked Justin? Yes, and he's hooked me, and I've everything I've put up, I've cleared through Rage. Because it's become a tit for tat to some extent because we can feed off each other. I'm trying not to feed off him now. But Steve Marsh is not the person that you want to get into a name-calling match with if you're the one trying to establish yourself in old school gaming and saying, hey, we are TSR, we created Gen Con, we have the same cred as the original TSR, Effectively, we are TSR. When you start tearing apart and calling people like Steve Marsh dipshits, it doesn't help you much. It doesn't. Now, if you're not, maybe you're saying, and I'm not going to speak for Justin. Maybe he doesn't know who Steve is. Which, if he doesn't, that's telling. Because if you are wired into the OSR, you know who Steve is. Or maybe he knows who Steve is, and he doesn't give a shit. Which again is telling. But even more telling is that this is how you respond to criticism. I'm going to look at this banner and say something to what Ernie said. Ernie said, well, you know what? Maybe get rid of the rainbow. I think he said get rid of the rainbow. And he said add some kids to it and dice, right? So why do we have this graphic? Why is this the graphic that Justin is using? Because I'm going to work on an assumption here as somebody who has used free banner creation programs that this is a basic banner graphic that was available. And it cost little or nothing, and Justin felt that it would be good for the kids area. But I think it's missing, especially for somebody who is trying to claim that they are very much what's the word I'm looking for? Without sounding like a total ass. Um, very for somebody who's claiming to be very much against the establishment and anti-woke, putting a rainbow and a purple-haired unicorn for your kids area kind of muddies the picture. It confuses the message, and maybe that's Justin's intention, is to confuse the message. I don't know. But when you're trying to have a convention and have it be profitable, I don't think that you want to muddy the message. So, again, my suggestion, and this goes to anybody with a presence on social media, do not respond to things immediately. That answer in your head, it sounds really great. And you're going to call somebody like Steve Marsh a dipshit? Maybe you need to take those 15 minutes, let the emotions go through you, calm down. Because I understand what's going on here. This is Justin's convention. Justin is very much invested in it. This is a banner that he's putting together. He's very much invested in it, and he was getting negative feedback on it. But isn't that the whole point to putting something out there? Is feedback, positive or negative. If you're getting negative feedback on something, maybe you need to reevaluate it. Maybe you got to make the changes. I mean, even Ernie suggested changes. So negative feedback is not a bad thing. Negative, but reacting like this to negative feedback is. So another lesson to be learned is don't ask for feedback if you're not able to take it. Does everybody like this new banner? No, apparently not. Everybody does not like it. So either you say to yourself, okay, well, these people that don't like it are wrong. I'm going with it. Or maybe they got some right ideas or some points, and I'll look into it. But calling people dipshits is never going to be the right response if you are doing a business. Yes, there are some people that are fans of the new TSR, and if saying something about bad about Gary or Frank or Tim or any of those people by Lanasa was said, they'll just pipe in and agree because it's Lanasa and they're happy with it because he said it. But Justin needs, I think, to take a step back. Yes, you're investing in this, but there's no way that Justin is going to be successful in this hobby, getting confrontational with people like Steve Marsh. It doesn't help. It only hinders. So take that for what it's worth. Folks, as always, we're in the midst of the world of COVID. Please take precautions, take actions to protect yourself, your friends, your loved ones. Be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice. And I will be back tomorrow night with Joe the lawyer.
Someone is at the front door.
Someone's at my front door. Look at that. You see my ring doorbell. We will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, doing a live show. And I don't think either one of us got to ShireCon, so it's not going to be the last show we thought we were going to do. But it'll be fun nonetheless. All right, folks. I will talk with you all tomorrow.